Hi there, how's it going? Having a good day? I hope you are. Well, in many ways, every day is a good day. As it says on the back of one of my books, the worst day you'll ever have is the one you don't see. Hi, I had intended to, I was hoping to, what you can't see here, and bore you again with these little asides I'm always, I seem to be becoming well known for. Just out of view that side there is as a computer. I think it's been there since about 2000 and, since about 1876. I think it's been there forever. I don't know, I would need to count all the scars in my psyche from the number of times my ex-wife nagged me about, yes, just sitting there, just sits there, there's nothing like a monolith, why don't you throw it away? And but it's got it's got about it must be about 600 of my songs in, and I've lost the file from where I took it out. Well, I think I've lost it. It's either lost or it's been handed into my solicitor to give to my children when they are 18. Where was I going with this? Remind me. Oh, you're looking very well today. That's right. I like where you've done your hair. And you, new eyeshadow. I was typing up these hospital songs that I've written this morning, and trying to type when you've got neurological disease, you've got no feeling in your fingers. You can't imagine what it's like, and you really don't want to either. But it's like trying to thread a needle using two otters. And I thought I'd like to dig some of the old songs out and get those recorded, because I've been trying to record on video. If you look at my channel, some of my old, I found a big box when we were sorting the house out of my old songs and demos, and I'm recording them. The only way to play them is to play, because the master tapes have gone. So the only thing that exists there's about 40 CDs of In Search of Hell's Grand Reward, Rough Mix number 1, Demo Songs and Outtakes number 6. Enthralling titles, huh? The To Hell and Back Sessions CD02. And I've been listening to In Search of Hell's Grand Reward today. In Search of Hell's Grand Reward is, I'm going off message again, but so this is CD2 of In Search of Hell's Grand Reward. This is parts 5, 6, 7 and 8, and this CD runs 74 minutes and 42 seconds. And CD1 also runs to 74 minutes, so it's literally a 2.5 hour long song, split down into actually nine separate chapters. I won't bore you with the recording details on it. That is to date my longest song, 2.5 hours for one song. And so I was recording one of those pieces this morning. If you look at the music videos on site, the sound that you hear on them, it's awful and it's heartbreaking in many respects, because I sit here in the room and I can hear there's 8 channels, 8 tracks condensed down to 4, and these discs are taken from the 4-track the studio mix, and I'm hearing on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 speakers coming at me, and I get the full sound and the full mix and everything. And the only way I can record them is on this camera here, placed in the centre of the room, pointing at a midpoint between the speakers and capturing what I can. But hey, you know, you've got to accentuate the positive, and until 1 month ago, all 40 of these discs were thought lost forever, you know. So you've got to take it from that. And so I'm trying to get them all recorded now There's some good stuff in there, though, I say it myself, and it's not any kind of ego, because of course it's so long ago now that I don't think of it as me, really. Sometimes I'll catch myself. I think there were 6 versions of Truth Waltz something last night. You know, and they're all different, you know. I think version 3, so there's these 2 almost heavy metal versions, then version 3, because I don't listen to the CD first, you know, I don't like to be preempted. I like to listen to it with a stranger's ears. And also when they're playing the piano on it and everything, about 2 minutes into listening to it, I thought, that's me playing the piano. And you have to try not to be upset that, you know, you can't play the piano anymore, or can't play the instruments anymore. Anyway, so I was hoping to turn this computer on this morning and print out some of the lyrics to In Search of Hell's Grand Reward, and recite those into the camera and upload that. And especially because, and thank you so much, I've had some lovely comments on the private channel over the last couple of days since I've returned from hospital. And you know who you are. A nice man sent me a lovely message, and it says, "Your voice is so lovely and soothing, keep up the good work." And thank you. It was just a nice message, you know. Obviously things aren't very good here at the moment, you know. My trip in hospital yielded, my sojourn in hospital yielded not one piece of good news, and 486.5 pieces of bad news, approximately. So anyway, so stop for 30 seconds. I'll keep stunned for 30 seconds and just go send someone a nice message. Just make someone's day, you know. The internet is used too often to send nasty messages, you know, and everything. To look how clever I am. I can make a spiteful joke from the anonymity of my keyboard. You know, just send someone a nice message. Can't hear you typing? Pick anyone. Even if it's just a couple of emojis. All done. And send. There. Won't it be funny if every one of you sent out of a million to a zillion to one random chance, or chose at random and sent your message to the same person, you know, some little widow in Arkansas, and she's sitting there thinking, oh man, lousy day. I woke up this morning and I found myself speaking in some North London crone voice, because poor Murphy doesn't know what Alaskans sound like. And all of a sudden her computer goes bing, 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 bing. And there's, you know, 10,000 messages saying, hi, you don't know me, but I hope you're having a great day. Dylan, if you're watching this, Daddy's found a lovely new feather today. What do you think? Can you see it up close? I never know where to look on the camera. My son Dylan collects feathers whenever we go anywhere, or whenever he goes anywhere, really. He doesn't need me. He always looks around on the ground for feathers and everything, and I don't blame them. They're a wonderful thing. And so it, you know, I haven't seen him in I don't know how long now in person. But I managed to get my wheelchair outside the back door this morning. We're in the middle of another heat wave. I don't know if you can see this in England. What's the date today? I think it might be the 8th of August 2022. And lo and behold, just outside the back door, there was this lovely feather there. So, which some anonymous bird had donated this morning. Very kind of him. And so I brought it in. And now, Dylan, although you'll never get to see it in person, you've seen it. You've seen it there. He's great when he looks around, and Sticks as well. He likes to look. It's not a Harry Potter thing, as far as I know, because I don't think he's ever seen any of the movies. Neither have I, actually, although I've seen a couple of adverts for them. I really must. Everyone keeps telling me, or used to keep telling me, and they say, you should spoof those Harry Potter books. For your thing, you could do that. The closest I came to it was my dyslexia helped. This is a true story. I don't know if I can say this on the internet. I mean, as far as I know, J.K. Rowling sues everyone you know, at the drop of a hat, and then twice over, and then Susan for the hat as well. I'm sure you don't, JK. Because my dyslexia, the first time I saw Harry Potter, I think it was Harry Potter and the Goblets of Fire or something like that. I read it as Hairy Pooper. I mean, you know. And what was the other one? There was another great one, and it said, "Oh, that's right. I swear these are true, folks. I swear these are true." This one I got off the internet. I was browsing the internet one day. Oh, Yahoo, I think it was. Other web pages are available. Is Yahoo still going? I guess it must be. I don't know. And you know, they give you the headlines and stuff, and on the news channel. And I read it as Miss World drowned in Coventry. I actually read Miss World crowned in controversy. But you know, I mean, I'm glad she didn't drown. But I mean, you're not gonna. So anyway, there have been many of those. Where was I going with this? Yeah, but you're on the computer here, so I was going to, since I can't find the disc, I thought I'll go in and I will copy the lyric file out yet again for the millionth time, and I will put it on the big disc, the big 2 trilobyte thing. Is it trilobyte? Is that the right word? Or is that thing from Star Trek, you know, the treble with trilobytes? And poor William Shatner there sticking them on his head and filming his toupee and stuff. Well, I mean, it's such a bad one. I think it's a 1-pay. I don't even think it's a 2-pay. Love you, Bill. Please don't sue. Where was I going with this? Yeah, and so I would then recite the lyrics to In Search of Hell's Grand Reward. This story's going on longer than the song would. But it's so old now that it's just not loading up. I've been trying to stimulate it in the way that men do with computers by yelling at it irrationally on a frequent and regular basis, you know. Start, you stupid thing, you know. I mean, it's not computerist. I have to say the same thing to my bowels, my knees, my teeth every morning. Come on, start, you stupid thing, come on. And it's not going to happen today. So what's the point of me making this video? Well, you know, you're nice people and I'd like to talk to you. So what I will do, I'm going to read one of the books. I'm not going to read one of the books. I'm going to read one of the poems from this book, which is Stories That Rhyme. That picture there I took, that's my hand, and that's in my back garden, which is, if you'd walk through this window here and keep going, about 150 yards up, you would be on the spot. And I'm sure you wanted to know that. My glasses are out. You wouldn't pass me my glasses, would you? I made it unscathed. I feel like Aladdin. Like a genie might appear out of my glasses. New lamps for old, and hits me on the side of the head. Shouldn't it be new lamps for old? Yeah, where's the fun in that? So, I wish now that I'd marked the page. Oh, goodness me. I'll put my glasses on more to cover up the bags under my eyes. Anyway, this song is called Outside the Gates of Hell. Not In Search of Hell's Grand Reward, but Outside the Gates of Hell. They are about the same person as far as I'm... Actually, not. They're not. Well, I guess a lot of things feel like hell some days. Outside the Gates of Hell. I'd love to know when I wrote this. I'm just going to go and hold it when I wrote this. Yeah, no, 1998. Who's going to count me in? 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I was crawling through the maelstrom whilst everyone denies me. Well, some said that they loved me. They're the first to ostracize me. Had a photograph in one hand, a letter in another. Told me, stay put where you're to. I found myself another lover. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. Ah, but one day, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. I don't know what the truth is. I've not heard it in so long now. I remember a piece of luck once. The last remnant has gone now. I shot for the stars with her, got shot through the heart back. Still got her face in my brain though. My sanity's coming under attack. Like a lamb to the slaughter, you took me to the marketplace to sell. But someday, baby, you're going to take that journey as well. She left my coat of colours, but took every ounce of emotion. She sneered, let that teach her. Be careful where you lay your devotion. Samaritan passed me by, said, excuse me, but I'm guessing you've been burnt by love's unholy cross, and now you're paying for your lesson. I said, yeah, you're right, man, but I intend to live through this to tell that one day, baby, you're going to carry this scar as well. No point in admitting to things I've spent too long in denying. I truly shed red tears for you, but it feels like they're putrefying. Don't know where I'll go now. Never did care too much anyway. Maybe I'm dying, but with my last breath, I still got some words to say. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. But someday, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. Is that your echo I'm hearing, since you don't talk with your own voice? There's an impasse I'm nearing, but I'll walk there now by my own choice. Did you laugh to see me grovel? Did you feel real elated? You knew I couldn't quit you, so you had me excommunicated. I hear something tolling, sounds like it could be my death now. But one day, baby, you're going to be hearing that sound as well. You flaunted your secrets, and you smiled when they hurt me. Took all of my friends too. You paid them kisses to desert me. But what goes round comes round. Don't you ever forget it. There'll be a dark dawn for you one morn. You'll wake up and you'll regret it. Yeah, you were blessed with magic, and you didn't hesitate to cast your spell. But one day, baby, you're gonna wear a curse as well. I remember you told me I was second best in a restaurant. Hissed like what you're seeing, it's something that you'll always want. We drove home in silence, save for the sound of your laughter. Your last words to me were, you think you feel bad now? You'll be feeling a whole lot worse the morning after. You slammed the door in my face, and white lines marked the place where I fell. But someday, baby, they'll be drawing your outline like that as well. Is that your dagger before me, with my name on the handle? But I swore allegiance to you, put the flame to your candle. Why'd you destroy me? Just by how did you profit? I built your glass tower. Hope somebody else has the power to knock you off it. I can hear the reaper, and that's my name he's starting to yell. But one day, baby, he's going to be shouting out yours as well. I tried positive thinking, and man, look where it's got me. I stare in the mirror. Who's that? Well, it's not me. Wish I could go right now, but it's still too soon for me to leave. Don't matter when I go, though, when there's only lies left here to believe. You broke through my armor like it was merely a cotton candy shell. Ah, but someday, baby, somebody's gonna shatter yours good as well. You kept me in the margin, you laugh loud, you belong there. While I'm making love next door, you can write me a song there. And there's nothing sharper than the edge of a broadsword word. Keep smiling though, honey, I swear, repayment is only deferred. You hit the jackpot every night, and yes, your coffers are starting to swell. Ah, but someday, baby, you'll be wearing pennies on your eyes as well. You told me you're fragile in a voice that was oh so soft. Then you tore out my nervous system like a trophy you held it aloft. There's a demon inside you, and men like me are dying to feed it. But I know what you don't know, that it won't be there when you really need it. Subtlety's your forte. You wear it like a badge on your lapel. Ah, but one day, baby, someone's gonna outdress you as well. I spent all my wallet held on you. All I bought was an IOU. I know you'll want it still. That's how well I now know you. You should get it quite soon, honey. I sent it by urgent post. By the time that you cash it, you might not be the hostess with the most. You can boast you killed me. That's a myth I won't try to dispel. Ah, but someday, baby, you know they'll be spinning yours as well. You said you got 6 hours of me. You'd best try to enjoy it. As soon as anything loves me, I just have to destroy it. You took me to see someone who claims they've never been kissed. Later that same evening, you went and added my name to the list. I know you only use me to make that other guy's jealousy tell. Ah, but someday, baby, you're gonna feel those pangs as well. You like to work in numerals, or so you assured me. You laughed I got men lining up 3 deep to reward me. I mourned for your youth. I had to weep for what you've done to it. When you needed water from the oasis, I was the only one who would run to it. Whatever the rules are, you just have to find a way to rebel. Ah, but one day, baby, you're gonna have to toe the line as well. I knew it was coming long before it came to pass. You spent most of the night running your finger round the rim of your glass. The static, it was palpable, but only for a second. I was still talking to you in sign language when your destiny beckoned. You scraped away my freedom, handcuffed me and threw me in a cell. Ah, but someday, baby, you're going to be doing unjust time as well. You taught chronology and expected confirmation. Spat when I was 5, I wasn't alive, and 5 years to you is a generation. You can take down your fences and take down your barricades. I got nothing to attack with, and no time to deal with these cheap charades. So what if I'm older? More summers mean more roses you get to smell. And one day, baby, you'll have some miles on the clock as well. You pulled all my words out, and you read them aloud with sick disdain. I can still hear you mocking me. I wouldn't try this trick again. You got a roulette wheel for a heart, and I chose the wrong numbers. I tried for 6 more, but he told me, well, I've already done hers. I see her how you want to, naked to her tattoos and her Chanel. Ah, but one day, baby, he'll see you without your disguise as well. My focus was slipping. I could not remember how to concentrate. 2 seconds of thinking about you and my mind starts to deviate. You were in bed when I phoned you, him lying there by your side, both laughing like vultures as you pick clean the bones of my pride. You think you're so refined, you only quote Baudelaire and Brel. Ah, but someday, baby, you will be reading The Last Rites as well. I drove down your dead end, eyes shut tight and at full throttle, as you scraped away my self-esteem like it was candle wax from a bottle. I spread out my arms and made the Stations of the Cross. You said, no point waiting, but let's face it, you won't be much of a loss. You only listen to dead singers, and at the pain threshold decibel. Ah, but someday, baby, they'll be playing you this song as well. I searched for a metaphor, I settled on Delilah. Shaved off all my hair for you, I never had the strength to deny you. But I made it to the pillars, even though I was nine-tail whipped and blinded. You know how the story ends. You don't need to be reminded. The ticket that you bought me was for the last ride on the carousel. Ah, but one day, baby, the circus is going to leave town on you as well. I've never been this far down. It's a whole new situation. You cut a swathe through my heart, left a burning sensation. Now everything is prison warped. There's no shape or order. It's a strange kind of dungeon. You're a stranger kind of warder. You took away my memories, leaving only yours on which to dwell. Ah, but someday, baby, someone's gonna strip yours away as well. Wish I knew what the time now was, but my eyes can't seem to focus. Your majesty ate me away like a biblical plague of locusts. No stimuli works on me now, at least not any that I can get. Purgatory's waiting, just like it was right before we met. You never give your real name, you only get as far as Je m'appelle. Ah, but one day, baby, you'll find your game will work on you as well. I think I saved the world today, and look where it has got me. So I gouged my eyes out. There's too much I'd rather not see. Someone open up a window, please. I need a last shot of fresh air. God may be my witness, but I ain't so certain he'd really care. Fires rage inside me more than any tempest can quell. Ah, but someday, baby, you're gonna burn out of control as well. I know what I should have done, so why did I not do it? My expiry date's gone by, and there's no way I can renew it. I bet you'll be home by now, face down in your pillow. You'll be starting to moan by now, while I'm here weeping like a willow. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. Ah, but one day, baby, I'll be meeting you there as well. They advertised midsummer dreams, but I wasn't buying. Man who sold me honesty cashed the check and laughed. I was lying. There's winners and there's losers in every walk of life. Might be a poor man's much-loved daughter or a rich man's bruised and battered wife. You said someone's emotions are the easiest things I've ever found to sell. Ah, but someday, baby, someone's going to get commission off you as well. Your soul is a desert, but you never get dehydrated. You made my corpse dance and said, well, see what I created. And I don't want to speculate on what will sometime become of you. You twist and you deviate, giggling, only the best or the worst will do. Everything is counterfeit. Your noblesse oblige, even your apparel. Ah, but someday, baby, you're going to be sold a forgery as well. Yeah, I'm stuck on your treadmill, but knowing it don't change the fact. I rehearsed my lines for you. You just ad-libbed throughout your act. I can't sanction a lie, no. That's just far too demeaning. But your truth's such a burden, I've lost count of the nights that I've woken up screaming. When you can't coerce, you just change your smile and compel. Ah, but one day, baby, you're going to get manipulated as well. Made love to someone else last night. Had to imagine that she was you. Nothing I am proud to admit, but Lord forgive me, every syllable is true. Her kindness is beyond doubt. Her use to me is quite another thing. That's why I gotta get out. No one but you makes my heart start to sing. Used to be so much in me, but now I'm just a hollow shell. Ah, but someday, baby, you're gonna echo with emptiness as well. I know it's the end now, and I ain't in any way sad. The words are all gone now, the only real friends that I ever had. You were all of my last shots, but turns out what I had left were just blanks. But you gave me a target, and for that I truly say to you, thanks. Once walked near paradise, now I'm outside the gates of hell. Ah, but one day, baby, I think we're going to meet up again there as well. That is most of Outside the Gates of Hell. I say most of because the camera file is going to change in 3 minutes time, so I had to miss out, I think, about 10 verses there. But if you're curious to know what those 10 verses are, they can be yours for a mere, I think Amazon is selling this for $6.99. Plus you get another, I don't know, 160 pages in there as well. I must just say that that song, although I wrote it and there's a couple of my personal experiences in there, there's a very, very famous romantic novel that I wrote that as the characters from, using some of my own experiences and some made up stuff as well. So I took this old novel and street pumped it, and changed it around in that kind of Lou Reed kind of New York, kind of way of speaking and everything, And so it's not me there doing the words there, but it's that kind of reimagining and transplanting of an old story into modern day characters. There's some lines in there that gall with me really, and if I'd been writing it as my own life, I would probably have excised them out and put some put some other stuff in there, you know. But when you're writing as a character, you know, imagine these characters having this dialogue, or this character having a dialogue, you know. It's different to do it that way. Really, I'm just talking to make this up to 37 minutes, because that's when the file will end. But I'll spare you the last 2 minutes. As ever, you have been absolutely wonderful and generous with your time with me, and I'm very grateful to you. All of you, every last one of you. Well, I say all of you, you know, only half of you, only up to the midriff, you know, or just your eyeballs. God bless you all. Have a great day, whatever you do, okay? Peace out. Thanks, guys.